Hey everyone, it's Andrea here. Welcome back to my channel. And before we get into the actual content, I do want to point out two things. One, if you've been around here, you probably noticed that I decided to start going by Andrea now instead of my nickname Annie. I really don't mind if you still call me Annie. If you want to, you can go ahead and mention me in that name as well. I just will be rebranding on my social media and just all of my stuff. I will be referring to myself as Andrea. Secondly, you probably noticed that we have a new intro, and the reason for that is because I am starting a new series today. This is going to be the first video of my new series, which is going to be, I haven't thought of a title or anything, but it's going to be about Korean urban legends, mostly scary and like creepy type urban legends. I've always been a fan of scary stories, so I thought I'd just start a series on it, and since this is going to be Korean content, I decided, well, why not Korean urban legends? That sounds awesome, right? So that's what today's video is going to be about. We are going to be covering two Korean urban legends. So the first one we're going to talk about is called the Sesame Seed Bath. I personally find this one very scary, kind of not because, in a way it's pretty relatable, and I think many people out there might be able to relate to the protagonist of the story as well. So the story goes like this. There was once a girl who was extremely conscious of her looks. She was determined to always look beautiful and would try any beauty secret at hand. One day she heard about a new beauty treatment from someone who professed that it was very good for the skin, leaving it smooth and silky. The wonderful treatment involved mixing sesame seeds in bath water and immersing in it for a couple of hours. And of course, being a young girl, she was very excited about this. She was excited to learn about something that was inexpensive and that she could just do at home. So she decided to give it a go. So the girl rushed home and she was so excited. She filled her bathtub with water and a bunch of sesame seeds and immersed herself. When several hours had passed and still the girl did not come out from the bathroom, her mother began to worry. So the mom was worried and she would go knock on her door to see if everything was okay when she's coming out, and the girl would simply say that she would be out in a second. In the end, the mother could no longer contain herself and forced open the bathroom door and was shocked at what she saw. The sesame seeds had gotten inside her daughter's body. They had grown roots and latched to her skin between every wrinkle and every pore. Upon closer inspection, she found that her daughter was trying to pry out the sesame seeds from her skin. It turns out that the sesame seeds actually dove into her pores and between any kind of crevice on her skin, and they just stayed there. Isn't that creepy? Like, what? Like, can you imagine having that happen to you? So I personally find this story very scary because I like doing home remedies for stuff, whether it's for my skin, my hair. I just find natural products a lot better than store-bought. Not to say that I don't get store-bought, obviously I do, but I like experimenting with stuff like that, and I feel that if someone I trusted gave me a recommendation like the sesame seed story, I would have probably tried it. And now, knowing about this urban legend, it's just so scary. Like, who would ever think that sesame seeds would go inside your pores, right? This urban legend is truly effective in giving the spooks to its readers, as it hits everyone's desire, hidden or not, to be attractive. So this urban legend is actually extremely popular in South Korea. Almost everyone knows about it, I believe. And people who are very interested in urban legends from all over the world have probably heard of this as well. But yeah, honestly, the thought of having sesame seeds go into my pores is very scary. Of course, it is an urban legend, so I don't want to spook you guys. I don't think sesame seeds can actually go into your pores. It's, just a story, probably made up to just scare young girls or boys too. Korea is super big on good skincare, but yeah, I can't imagine them actually going into my pores, like, Okay, we're gonna be moving on, and our next story is called The Hollow-Eyed Woman, and it goes like this. Just north of Seoul is a strip of highway called Jairo. It runs between Goyang and Paju. The name means Freedom Road. It was built in 1992 and it is 49.967 kilometers in length. Jairo Highway is known for its intensely foggy weather and no streetlights. Many accidents occur due to the poor visibility on the road, but not many people believe it is the work of something supernatural. Drivers claim that whenever the fog sets, they see a woman on the side of the road, and from far away, it seems like she's wearing sunglasses. But when they stop and pull over to try and help her, like, you know, any nice person would do, they realized they were wrong. On closer inspection, they found out that the woman's eyes have actually been gouged out, and there was nothing but empty sockets on her face now. The origin of this legend and the ghostly specter herself is unknown. No one has stuck around long enough to find out what happened if they let her in. Some people believe that this woman is the cause for some of the accidents that occurred. Whether by her own power or by the sheer fear that drivers felt, people have met their end on this highway. Now, there are several different variations to the story. In some cases, like the one that I just read to you, they claim that no one sticks around long enough to know what happens or what the story is, or if they end up getting killed or something. But there is another version that I found where people actually pick her up and take her to her destination. In this version, one of two things happens. She either disappears at some point during the drive, or she leads them to a cemetery, which I don't know about you guys, but for me, they're both pretty terrifying. Long story short, I probably would not recommend to pick anyone up while you're on the highway, and especially if it's foggy. It's just very suspicious, you know, very scary. Don't do it. Okay, so that is the end for today's video. I hope you guys like this change of pace that I kind of did. I'm really looking forward to making more content with this series. There's so many stuff out there that I just have never even heard of, and it's just so interesting to look at, and there's just so much stuff out there that I can't wait to share with you guys. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bell button, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!